Welcome back. I'm Cloak and Daggers, and that is Delilah back there, hanging out on the futon with me today. Welcome to another Green Hell guide video. Last time we learned how to catch fish here over in the pond, and how to cook them on the fire over here. So now we have a sustainable food source, for protein at least, and we talked about how we can find carbs and fats in the jungle. And so now we need to find a clean source of water. This is our third essential item for survival. The first two were being a shelter, which we built over here, and then of course food. So water, we happen to be in the Amazon rainforest where we are surrounded by water because it's either all over the place on the ground or it's falling from the sky almost constantly. Right now it's not raining, thankfully. But the problem is the water on the ground that's easily accessible is dirty. It's unsafe. If we drink this, there's a strong possibility that we might get stomach parasites from it, and that's going to cause us problems later on down the road. So what do we need to do to essentially get clean water? Well, there's a couple things you can do, all of which are pretty much going to require you to get a coconut. And in my last video, you saw me get very excited about finding a coconut. By the way, I'll have a card at the top of this video if you want to go back and watch that other episode first and then come back and watch this one. But anyways, so you're going to need coconuts, or at least a coconut. And there's a couple of things you can do. This is the one I found last time. They do have water in them that you can drink, and it is clean water. But you can't exactly refill them. I mean, well, you can, but you can't. Let me explain. So the coconuts have a set amount of water in them, right? So we can drink this, and now it's empty. Oh no, we're out of water. What do? Well, what we can do is we can actually harvest this. And now there's flesh in there. We can eat the flesh, which I believe does have protein, or it has fats in it, which is good. Fats are hard to find in this game. But now we're left with an empty coconut bowl, which is great. Because now what we can do is we can come over to our fire, and we can put the bowl next to the fire, and we can boil water with this coconut bowl. The problem is we can't use the bowl to transport the water from the pond to the fire. So what we need to do, and I think I used it all up last time, is we actually need some rope. And we're going to make a little coconut water cantina is basically what it is. Where's the rope? Big trees. We need a big tree here. There it is. Actually, I'm probably going to make... Maybe I'll make two of them. I don't know. Doesn't hurt to have extra water on you. Yeah, let's make two. Since I have the coconuts to do it, let's do it. Oh, here's those little nuts I was talking about that fall off the fern trees here, or the little banana trees. I think these are little. Nope, fern tree. My bad. Those have a little bit of protein in them, and those are going to be your main sources for protein early on in the game. Anyways, so now we have rope, and we have empty coconuts. What we can do, put our coconut here, and combine it with a rope. And now we have this nice little coconut cantina. I'm actually going to do two of them here right away, and I'll explain why in a minute. And we're going to eat this. So now we got two bowls. Now we can boil 2 bowls of water at a time. But now what we can do is we can come over to the water, and when you get the icon that says hold E to drink, open up your backpack and get your little water cantinas, and now we can fill them. So now we have unclean water in our coconut. So we could drink the dirty water out of the coconut. That's not going to do us anything. It's the same as drinking it right out of the pond. But what we can do now is we can fill these bowls with water. Whoops. Ah, crap. I put my fire out. Okay. Well, I'll be right back. I'm going to edit. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to throw the water on your fire, because that will put your fire out, and that's not very helpful. What we want to do, and all my coconuts are empty, is get some water. We want to fill these bowls with coconut water, or with dirt, or we want to fill them with dirty water boil it so it's clean, and then we're going to take our second coconut, which is empty, and we're going to put our clean water in it by doing this. And that is how you get clean water into a coconut, and then you can take it with you when you want to go exploring. Then you're not stuck at camp having to sit there and boil your water. You can save it in your coconuts. So that's why it's nice to have too, because now we can fill these back up, boil those, and then once it's boiled, we'll have more clean water, and we can fill this coconut up completely. Awesome. Now we got a full coconut full of nice clean water. Now, you're probably wondering, where the balls do I find coconuts? And I wish I had a great answer for that, but I don't. A lot of it is going to be luck of the draw. Actually, ironically, there happens to be some. So, you'll find them on the ground sometimes, occasionally, like I did here in front of this tree. But look for the bigger trees with the bands on them. Those are palm trees, and those, if you're lucky, will have coconuts on them. Which, fortunately, this one does, which is perfect for this video, because 99% of the time, every time I look at these stupid trees, they don't have freaking coconuts on them. And it pisses me off, because I always need coconuts, and they're never around when I need them. And now I don't need coconuts, and they're freaking full of coconuts. But anyways, so what you can do, you can't knock them down. You can't cut these trees down. Not with...
piece of shit.
Oh, I broke my axe. He's very upset about that. I'm actually a little upset about that, too. But what you can do is you can throw stuff at him, I believe. Yep. And there's the coconut. So that's how you get them out of the tree. Oh, I didn't know that. You could break those with... So when they're green, you can't put them in your backpack. You got to hit them once to take the green off for whatever reason. I think there's another one up there. Yep. So yeah, anything you can throw, you can use to knock... Yeah, see, he picks it up. But that's how you get coconuts. If you don't find any on the trees, just kind of bear with it. Sooner or later, you'll either find one on the ground, or eventually you'll find them on the trees. If you do run into the issue where you're like, I gotta drink some water, I'm gonna die of thirst or whatever, and you do happen to get parasites, my only suggestion to you, let's see if I get some. Probably not. The starter water isn't too bad. Later on in the game is when you're going to run into a lot of issues with getting stomach parasites. Idea. And I don't have it on the hardest level either, so that might be part of it. But there's a mushroom that usually grows on logs. Let's see if I have any. These ones here. They're little orangish ones that are round. Those will heal... Actually, will it say? Yeah. So that will heal stomach parasites. So, and those are fairly easy to find. So you can drink the dirty water and cure it with these mushrooms if you can't find coconuts. But coconuts are the best way to handle all your water resources. I think that's about going to cover it. Oh, another thing you can do, if you only find one coconut and you turn it into bowls and you don't have a way to transport water, what you can do, is fortunately it's always raining here, and this is going to take a little bit of time, but you can set these coconut bowls out on the ground, and while it's raining, they'll just naturally fill with water here. It's not raining very hard. Yeah, see, now we can drink a little bit of water. But it takes a lot longer for them to fill up. But you can get clean water that way. And there's tools later on in the game to use to collect rainwater and stuff. But this is just to help new players out at the very beginning of the game. To straighten away that resource. Because it can be kind of frustrating when you don't have all the proper resources. Once you take care of your shelter, your food, and your water, then the game gets a whole lot easier once you have your basic needs taken care of. But I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my future Green Hell guide videos, as well as my other video game content. I cover a wide variety of games, and I do a lot of guide content, so maybe you'll find something else that you might be interested in. I do some live streaming. For that, head over to my Facebook page, Cloak and Daggerish Gaming. I'll have a link in the description below. I stream Mondays and Thursdays. Those are my scheduled nights, but I also do a lot of in-between random streams as well. So make sure to hit the follow over there so you get all my notifications for my streams. If you got questions, you can ask me there or drop them in the comments below. I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So until next time, you have a good one.